Okay, welcome back. This is Alyssa here with the Goodell Life. Today I'm just doing a quick clean of my apartment, kind of a speed clean, speed tidy. As you can see, my apartment is a complete disaster, and I actually had a friend coming over for dinner in about 30-40 minutes, so I had to clean the whole place pretty quick, and this is how I usually do it. So first, I always start with emptying my dishwasher. I find emptying the dishwasher just gives me a lot more free space to put all the dirty dishes in and really helps clear the counters and the sink the fastest, and that can make the biggest difference in such a small space. Even having a little bit of clutter and dirty dishes can make it look messier than it is, and this just really speeds that up. Throughout the video, you'll see me take things in one spot and put them in another, and then kind of move them around a few times, and that's because in just such a small space I really don't have much counter space, and it always feels like that game where you have the rings and you have to move them from one peg to another peg in that order, and that's basically how cleaning in a small space sometimes ends up working before you can really get to be able to put something away. Because something else is always in the way of that, it feels. Maybe that's just me. Something else I do, which is also kind of a tip to other people if you have this ability, is I just take out the entire cutlery basket from the dishwasher and I take that over to my cutlery drawer and empty it there, and I find it just saves me so much more time than running back and forth with handfuls of cutlery, and that back and forth, it just cuts down on that time. And then I can take the basket on my way back to the dishwasher and fill it with the dirty cutlery from the sink and counters if there's any anywhere else, and it just makes it one pretty seamless step. I feel the need to point out and almost explain, even though I really shouldn't have to, but that I don't normally walk like this. The day before, I had just done a workout video, which, while probably wasn't intense for other people, was a lot more squats for me than I would normally do, and I was feeling muscles in my body that I just didn't know I had. So I don't normally walk quite so stiff, but at this moment I was in a lot of pain. I don't know if anybody else has these little produce savers, but they have just been such a great life save for us and really helps prolong how long our produce lasts. I find sometimes when we buy produce with just the two of us to get that variety, things don't really last as long as we'd like, but with these produce savers, I think they're by Rubbermaid. I got them at Costco either way. they just make things last so much longer. Our lettuce in the summer wilts incredibly fast without it, but with this, I'm able to keep things at least a week longer, if not more. These mushrooms were going bad after 2 days when I kept them in their package, but then I put them in here and they lasted another, oh gosh, almost another week. One of the handier purchases we made were these little trays. They were about $10 each, I want to say, at Canadian Tire. One of those as seen on TV things where we put our coffee maker and our blender on top of them, and so that they're able to just slide in and out from under the counter. Really easy for us to use them, and then we just slide them back. But they do get really sticky and dusty sometimes with the coffee, so I like to just take it apart and clean it every couple of days. So here's the kitchen all clean. As you can see, it's by no means perfect. There's still a lot of stuff on the counters that I wish I had space for, but for now it'll do the trick before my friend comes over for dinner. On the other hand, this hall closet is an absolute disaster and disgrace. We have been so bad and just been throwing our shoes and boots down when we come in the door. We don't set them back into the closet properly, and I had changed shoes quite a few times the few days before, and I'll admit the majority of that is my own mess. Finally, after I've cleaned the bathroom, which I didn't film, but I promise I did do, I give the rest of the apartment a good vacuum, and that includes taking everything off of the carpet in the living room and then just giving that a really good deep vacuum. It refluffs the shag carpet. It just makes the whole place look a lot nicer, or at least I think it does. And then I put it back together. As you can see, I don't have a lot of room, so all my Cricut stuff ends up living in a tote underneath my coffee table, but that's okay. You can't really see it when you're standing and walking around, but this angle from the camera sure shows it. And like that, my apartment's pretty clean. Like I said, it's not a deep clean by any means, but it is a good enough clean before some company comes over. I light a couple candles and it just gives the place a good smell as well. Makes it seem like I did a lot more than I did in a half an hour. If you want to see more speed cleaning videos or maybe a house tour, leave a comment below and a thumbs up on the video so I know I'm on the right track. And like always, subscribe so you can follow me on my journey. Thanks.